So, hi guys. I am so excited to get a chance to connect with you guys again today. I'm Lindasha, and welcome back to my channel or my Instagram or wherever it is that you are seeing this video. I rarely ever do this, but I just got done getting ready, and so I'm in my bathroom, and I felt like going ahead and filming a video for you guys. So I'm not sure whenever this is going to be uploaded, but I felt inspired to go ahead and just share what was on my heart with you guys while I am in right now one of the most inspiring rooms in my home. I feel like I go back and forth in my house. Y'all tell me if you're like this too, with what room is like my kind of sanctuary, my little sacred space. I go back and forth. Some of my favorite include definitely my bathroom. But also, ironically enough, my dining room, I really enjoy my dining room. I don't know, maybe it's because all of my friends and my family gather around there a lot. So maybe it's the energy of them, I'm not sure. But today I felt inspired. I just got done doing my manifestation bath and getting dressed and getting ready, throwing my hair in a bun and just kind of enjoying the last few days of this hairstyle. This was my birthing hair, and so we are about to get my actual real hair maintenance and everything else. So just kind of enjoying a bun today with that. And I want to come on and talk to you guys about something that happened to me this weekend. I think we're going to title this video Your Path of Power. So I was driving this weekend, and literally it's the end of fall, and there are so many beautiful colors right now in my city, like beautiful reds and yellows and oranges just everywhere, lighting up the city. And so I was driving, and I took a path that I normally don't take to get to some of my personal shopping. I was doing some shopping for the home. So I decided to go down a new path. If you guys know, it's very important sometimes to take new routes to rewire your brain, to let your brain know that you're still active, you're still alive, you're still engaged. And just creating new neural paths for your brain, it actually helps you solve other problems in your home. So sometimes I'll just take a different street to go to the same place. And I was doing that this weekend while I was shopping. Well, I went down this new path, and y'all, I kid you not, there were these line of trees that were on both sides of the street, and these absolutely beautiful bright yellow golden leaves were coloring these trees. And I literally said, wow, this is stunning. And I was like, oh, okay, God, you want to stunt today, right? So I like to stunt. Like, I always joke and say I'm gonna be on the front row of the stunting session, the stunting section in heaven, right? I laugh and I say I'm gonna be on the front row, or maybe like the sixth row. Okay, the front row is gonna be Gucci Man and Keisha Kaor. They love to stunt. Okay, I may be on like the sixth row, but I like to stunt. And I was like, wow, this is so stunning. So things that are very stunning, a lot of times the world will look at you when you like to present yourself in that way, and they will say, oh, you always stunting. Well, you know what? Whatever y'all call it, I don't care. But these trees, literally, God was like stunting. They were stunning, and it was giving what it was supposed to give, right? And inside of my heart, because I got so activated by the trees, I heard like a voice say, this is what your path of power looks like when you're walking in your path of power. And I was like, wow, like when you're walking in your path of power, you're stunning, you're beautiful, you're radiant, you're glowing. And I wanted to like commemorate that with a video in some sort of way. And so I just kind of held on to it from the weekend. And literally today, as I was doing my bath, well, no, this was earlier today when I was spending time with God before I did my bath, I was sitting and I was like, okay, God, what do I want to do for the new year, for the girls, for my ladies? What do I want to offer? You guys know last year I did the Christmas brunch. We gathered together at a beautiful restaurant in Atlanta to do our Christmas brunch, and we set forth our intentions for the year. Well, this year, of course, you guys know I had a baby girl, and so I'm kind of looking for something more intimate in terms of my coaching business. And the thing that came to mind was, get your year together, darling. I don't know why, but it was the name that kind of came to me was get your year together, darling. And so one of the things that I was like, okay, get your year together, darling. God and I often kind of architect or co-create my programs and also my individual offerings together. And I was like, okay, well, what is supposed to be in the Get Your Year Together, Darling program, right? We're coming up on the new year, January, February. All of us are looking at, what we want to do differently. If you're attracted to my message, I know you're thinking about that. You're in heavy reflection right now. Maybe you didn't like how this year went. Maybe you did like how it went. I'm not sure, but you also are, no matter what, always looking to expand and elevate your experience in life. And so Get Your Year Together, Darling is the newest offering that I wanted to share with you guys. And what I wanted to do is just invite you guys into my space a little bit more. I think that might be why I was inspired to do my bathroom. I don't know. But I wanted to invite you guys into my world in terms of how I create a very feminine environment to keep my inspiration flowing, to keep my motivation flowing as a woman, despite all of the different things that are going on in the world. How do I make sure to put myself in environments that always allow me to embrace the desires and the things that God is giving me? And then once I embrace those desires, having the motivation to come back on earth in a grounded, practical way, get those things done, and how I absolutely check myself in all of these different areas to make sure that I'm still on track to living the type of life that I wanted to live. And so I wanted to create, one of the things that I do is almost kind of natural for me now, but I'm like reverse engineering what I've done over the years to get to the point where it's almost instinctual. I'm like rethinking back to create that for you guys who are coming along and you guys who are on your level up journey as well. One of the things that I would do is I would always either have like a binder or a folder on my computer or a portfolio. When I was in law school, I carried my year in a portfolio, right? And when I say I carried my year at the beginning of the year, which often I would start like 6 months before the year, it just depended on what type of mood I was in. I would set forth the intentions of what I wanted to achieve for a year. And I gave myself a year to want to achieve those things because one, we all know you have good days and bad days. So you don't ever want to like cram your goals too close together. So in case if you don't hit your goal in a week or a month or 3 months, that you're not defeated, right? So I would give myself a year so that I knew that I had enough room to deal with the ebbs and flows of life. And then the next thing I would do is I would carry my year with me everywhere I went, right? I would always have my portfolio in law school, or I would always have my computer in terms of like starting my business. And so I wanted to, number one, the main thing that we're going to do if you decide to book this 1 day intensive with me, we're going to, number one, meet in my actual office. Yes. So my office is a very sacred place for me as well. Meaning that my clients, my legal clients who are now, they're having $800,000, $900,000, $1 million deals every year, right? They're turning over $1 million every 2 years, every 3 years. Some of them are turning over $1 million every year. And so God has me in a place in that space in my life where I am helping people do really big things. And I'm also doing that for my own life. You guys know that I'm on my own next level income journey. I do not share what that number is publicly, but if you work with me privately long enough, you guys absolutely hear what those numbers are. Because I'm a fan of communicating big numbers to you guys. Even though you don't know what my numbers are personally now, I even share this with you on my social media platforms. And so in my office, normally it's just my legal clients who I invite into that space physically. I am opening that now to my life coaching clients. Because you will be spending a one-on-one day with me, it will be a little bit more expensive, meaning the personal investment for some of you, not for all of you. $2,500 isn't a lot for a lot of people in America, actually. but I am very sensitive to it could be a ton for somebody else, right? Numbers are relative. It can be small to one person and large to another. So remember that as you're on your level up journey, to kind of sometimes give yourself room to understand what expensive is and is not, right? That's one of the things to expanding your view and your money while you're on your money journey, is that $2,500 could be a ton for one person and it's literally nothing to the next. And so know that numbers are relative, but the investment for you to come and spend the 6-hour day with me on today is $2,500 in terms of the Get Your Year Together Darling offering. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys is not only that, but what types of sessions would we be doing. So you guys will come into my office. You've seen some of my videos already of the building that I'm in on West Peachtree Street in Atlanta. It's a lot of security, so you can't just get in. So you have to book your appointment in order to figure out all of the security, because our guards are not going to let you in at all. But you will come into my office building. We will have, lunch for that day. But the beautiful part about it is we're also going to do a creative photo shoot. I want you guys to come in dressed, sort of commemorating what your year is going to look like, what you're focusing on. If you know that you'd like to focus on your appearance or your apparel, or you want to level up your style, I want you to come in dressed as close to that you have in whatever you have in your closet now. We're going to do a photo shoot just kind of commemorating where you are so that you can see how far you go in December of next year. We're going to do the photo shoot. We're going to have lunch. And we're going to do 5 live sessions. And I'm going to coach you in whatever area that you see fit. I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about some of the sessions that are available for you and what's in each of the sections, so that you can get kind of a feel of like, hey, Lindasha, when you book the day, these are the 5 coaching sessions that I would like to go through, right? And so your options will be the Self-Care Queen is one of the options. This option is available for those of you who are really ready to dominate and become the best at your self-care. Self-care, you guys know that I teach that self-care is very different than self-growth. They're close, but they're different. Self-growth is when you're investing in your emotional and mental state, right? Self-growth doesn't always feel good. You're challenging some of the thoughts, some of the beliefs that you've been conditioned to have, like who gets to be rich, who gets to be pretty, who gets to be fun. You are really digging into your soul and learning your heart's work, that work in your heart that says you can't do something. You're directly addressing those things and rewiring your brain to a new path, whereby if you traditionally said you're not the person that can be rich, with the work that we do in self-growth, you say you can. Well, with self-care is all about doing what makes you feel good. In the femininity, in our feminine experience, our feeling of feeling good is super important. And so Self-Care Queen is about creating an experience that when you move from one part of your life to the next, it all feels good. That's what we would be doing in that session. We also have the Happy Wife Life session. Some of you have already coached in the Happy Wife Life cohort. The Happy Wife Life is about the woman who is ready to become a wife. You're ready to call in your actual provider, king here on earth in the physical. Many of us also, and I am a fan of this, believing that you have a higher husband in God, the masculine, who provides for you. He provided the earth for you. He provides oxygen for you. He provided your job for you if you are not already in a relationship with a provider male who provides, the physical home. I have a strong provider husband for me, whereby, and what all that means is that no matter what money I earn personally, it doesn't take care of my basic needs. When you have a provider man in your life, that's what it means. It means that he has decided, like, she's mine, she's off the market, I take care of her completely. And every last one of my physical needs are pretty much met through my husband's income and what he does. He doesn't just meet my personal needs. He goes well beyond that. But you guys know I've talked about Curtis in other sessions with why he stood out in my dating rotation as the man that was my husband and continued to do the work that was required now 17 years This month made 17 years since our first date. So if you're looking to attract that, we talk about that in the Happy Wife Life session. The Heal from His Hurt session is for those of you who you're like, Landasha, of course I want to be a happy wife, but girl, right now I just got too many wounds. This is where we'll be repairing wounds from broken, toxic, and unhealthy masculinity. If you are a man and you are very attracted to my work because you live primarily in your feminine essence, then just DM me as well. We can talk offline. I know that that's a little taboo issue, but there are some men who are living out their journey as they believe they want it to be a woman, or they identify more strongly with the feminine. So if you are transgender and you're really feeling like, hey, Landasha, this is speaking to me, then just shoot me an email at landasha@gmail.com. Tell me your story and we can go from there. I don't want to act like I'm excluding men who, if you were born a male but you identify as a woman, let me know your story and we'll be able to see if I can assist you as your coach, or if I think someone else may be a better fit for you, but still stay in the community. You know, I have a lot of love for people in general. I'm not God, that ain't my business. So just send me an email. I don't know why I was led to say that, but just shoot me an email and I'll see if I'll be able to assist you. We also have the session Millionaire's Money. That's for those of you who are ready to hit your 7-figure income goals. You're already bringing in as a household multiple 6 figures, and you're really ready to cross over to your millionaire money goals. Flourishing Femininity is another session you can choose from. This is about releasing a lifestyle that was primarily lived in the masculine if you're a woman. So the reason maybe I said the transgender issue is that I think in America, many of us, to whatever degree, whether it's in work or our love life or whatever, we often move across spectrums in masculinity and femininity. For instance, I am a part of a very masculine dominated field. As a result of my training as an attorney, I really struggled in a season of life with re-embracing my femininity, which is my primary essence as a person. I'm primarily a feminine essence being. And I really struggled with suppressing that because of my conditioning and training. And I had to unlearn a lot of the things that I learned in that training. Thankfully, I went to an all-girls, very beautifully embracing femininity in terms of Spelman. But I had a strong 3-year period where that conditioning in law school kind of covered a lot of that part of me. And I had to reclaim my flourishing femininity a few years into my practice when I recognized that I just wasn't happy living through that masculine paradigm. And I started early in it. But either way, that's for those of you who want to release a lifestyle that has been primarily lived in a masculine frame. We have Unapologetic Financial Success. There are so many. That's the one where we're doing it the divine way. For those of you, and I was like this, oh my God, I love my sessions, y'all. I cannot wait until we get all the courses backed up together with this stuff. But I struggled in certain seasons of my money journey with repairing my relationship between God and money. And that was because of my religious background. I had a lot of blocks around God and money and thinking that money was bad or negative, or I just heard this paradigm where always watch out for money, be cautious with money and this and that. And I have really had to do a lot of work in my soul to adjust to what I believe God was saying to me and to so many other people that I know who do great things with their wealth, which was God and money are friends. God and money are in alignment. People who love God, who have a certain character, integrity, they live by a certain set of values. We need money. Not only do we need money, we should have money, and God wants to give us money because we're often the voices that are pushing his agenda on the earth. So I had to repair that. That session is about if you need to repair your relationship with money and God. We have Magical Dating and Marriage. This is about restarting the romance in your life. If you are either married or dating and you have just kind of abandoned romance in your life, that's about how do we rekindle that and bring magic back to the dating scene. For me, it's been very important that I have a beautifully curated dating experience, even with my husband, because I'm always getting asked out by men, right? And so for my husband, unfortunately, if he were not willing to continuously date me and take me on new experiences, I would be looking at him crazy because I have strange men asking to take me out all the time, right? So that would pose a problem in my relationship with my husband. And for many of you guys, there are things as a woman that you can do to encourage that and also to continue to keep that motivation high in a man. And a lot of times we just don't do that work. So we are going to talk about what that looks like and coach through that. The wealth building master cheat codes, that's going to be one session you can choose from. And there are so many more. I'm only giving you guys a few. This one is going to focus on just building wealth. So maybe you don't believe in God, or that's not your thing. The spirituality part of money is not your thing, but you're very big on wealth. The wealth building cheat codes is about your internal relationship with wealth and how the concept of wealth is a bit different than the concept of riches, even though they're on the same spectrum. I'm a fan of having both, okay, but it's your choice. But some people really struggle with concepts of building wealth. Wealth building is about having a great relationship with your savings account. It's about having a great relationship with budgeting, right? You're not spending more than you are bringing in. Those are all concepts of wealth. And some people really have struggled with wealth for various reasons. You have blocks around building wealth and having a strong internal, more hidden, healthy relationship with what it means to have more than enough. And that's what the wealth building master cheat code section is on. The rich girl lifestyle is the other end of the spectrum, right? And I get activated with rich girl lifestyle. The rich girl lifestyle, if you decide to coach on that end of the spectrum, then that is about the more outward displays of money. I personally had more work to do on the rich girl lifestyle than I did on wealth building. I embraced the wealth building codes a little bit quicker in my money journey when I reflect back on my history, because that goes part back to my religious upbringing. It was the more conservative, the more internal, like I'm wealthy, but you don't know it. You can't see it. I don't display it. Nothing's wrong with that if that's your personality. My husband's personality is more wealth like that, but y'all know, like I said, I'm gonna be in the stunting section in heaven. So I like to show my riches, okay? So your girl's gonna have her, you guys have seen me travel the world. That's a physical expression of my wealth that I wanted to do. You guys see my bags, my Chanel bags, my Fendi bags, my Louis bags, all of that. Sis loves it. You see how, my floral arrangements in my home. You guys will see my cars. You guys know that I'm leveling up my whole lifestyle right now. So I shared with you guys on the 1111 portal the next car that I'm looking at getting. It is beautiful and unfortunately has a 23-month wait list that we had to put a deposit down and wait. But it's a beautiful car and I'm going to get certain things done through the manufacturer, and then other things I'll get done custom. So sis is all about her rich girl lifestyle energy. We'll be able to do that. There's one session called the high-end living. So you guys, I really just want to invite you in. Come spend the day with me. I can't wait. The way that you would be able to access a day with me is, of course, the investment is $2,500. You guys would be able to go ahead and either DM me if you're on Instagram. The link should also be up on YouTube. You'll be able to just put your $500 deposit down, secure your space. The next thing that you need to do is either DM me or email me at lindasha@gmail.com. Myself or someone on my team will be able to respond to you. And you need to give me your top 3 dates. 3. Send 3. Do not send me 1 date. Okay, my team or myself or somebody is going to email you back and say, we need 2 more dates. So send me your top 3 dates for January or February if you're interested, and we are going to go from there. Love you guys. Thank you for visiting my bathroom today, I guess. Look, okay, I just felt like doing that. And so like this video, let other people see it. I think this is also an offering that I'm going to keep. So no matter when you're watching this video, email us at lindasha@gmail.com. And if you want to schedule a Get Your Year Together one-on-one intensive, I can't guarantee that the price will always be $2,500, but I believe I'll always keep this in the rotation. you can get your year together at any point, right? No matter when you're watching the video. So love you guys. Bye-bye.